Hello everyone, my name is Ștefana Opria and today I'll present you the paperwork made in collaboration with Professor Mariana Momanu from Alexandru and Cuza University of Iași, Romania. The title is A Quantitative Research on the Relationship between Digital Literacy and Self-esteem at Romanian Primary School Students. The theoretical background is based on the fact that digital intelligence is innovative, driven by new technologies, acting as a response to cultural changes influenced by digital technologies, encompassing the skills and talents belonging to symbol analysts and experts in change, as scholars say. In relation to digital citizenship, cyber intelligence is complementary, representing the informational foundation that a responsible user must have in the digital environment. Ribble et al. Define digital citizenship as the norms for appropriate behavior in relation to the use of technology, a concept directly connected with cyber intelligence. By self-esteem, we understand the feeling of self-appreciation, as Rosenberg says, being an important construct for motivation, personality, and personal success. The aim of this study was to explore the relationship between digital knowledge and skills and self-esteem. The hypotheses are self-esteem has a significant influence on digital knowledge. Students' digital skills are determined by their level of self-esteem. The participants of this study were primary school students in 3rd and 4th grades from both urban and rural areas in Iași County, totaling 299. Data collection took place between November 2023 and January 2024. In the following sentences, there are presented percentages of boys and girls, the students from urban areas and rural areas, those in 3rd grade and 4th grade, and the time that they spend on in the internet per day. The instruments that we used were DigIQ, developed by the De Vries, Piotrowski, and Vries in 2022, which includes 2 subscales for collecting information on students' digital skills and knowledge, and the self-esteem scale created by Rosenberg. The Cronbach's alpha coefficient was mentioned in the following paragraph. We see that there are acceptable consistency to excellent consistency for every single subscale that we used in the data collection. The procedure, before including the students in the study, consent was obtained from the parents, who were informed beforehand about the research and provided their written consent. Any other detail about the procedure you can see in the following sentences. We have to mention that the participation in the study was not financially compensated. The results. In the data analysis, we used IBM SPSS software to perform regression analysis on the relationship between the level of self-esteem and participants' digital knowledge and digital skills. Initially, we conducted descriptive statistics for each variable considered: self-esteem, digital knowledge, and digital skills. The values are mentioned in the following table. Table 1, descriptive statistics for digital knowledge, digital skills, and self-esteem. So we mentioned values for mean, standard deviation, and the number of participants. We also calculated the Pearson correlation for each of the relationships: digital knowledge and self-esteem, and digital skills and self-esteem, with the results shown in the following tables. So you can see the values for Pearson correlation, the significance, and the number of student participants. In table 3, Pearson correlation between digital skills and self-esteem. In terms of the correlation between digital knowledge and self-esteem, we observe that the value is negative, minus 0.139, indicated a negative correlation. There is a positive correlation between students' digital skills and their level of self-esteem, with a value of 0.065. The results of the regression analysis showed that the level of self-esteem explains 1.9% of the variance in the relationship with digital knowledge. Self-esteem is a significant predictor of participants' digital knowledge. On the other hand, regarding the relationship between the level of self-esteem and the digital skills of the students, we noted that this relationship is not significant. Regarding the standard residuals of the regression, relevant information is provided based on the following two figures. We can observe that is normal distribution in both cases. The figure 1 presents standardized residual of regression for the variable digital knowledge, and the second one for digital skills with a normal curve. A discussion. Based on the results obtained, we observed that the self-esteem of primary school students significantly influences only their digital knowledge in contrast to their digital skills. This indicates that students with higher self-esteem are more interested in acquiring the necessary knowledge for the effective use of digital devices. A positive self-image is insufficient for students to develop digital skills. The latter represents a more complex aspect which develops over time through constant effort from students with the involvement of all educational stakeholders. There is a need for an impulse in acquiring the necessary digital knowledge, explained in this case by a higher level of self-esteem. The discussion becomes more complex when the concept of competence is introduced, as a range of factors is needed for young children to be truly prepared to face all the challenges in the online environment. Support from parents, guardians, teachers, and society as a whole is necessary for younger generations to be ready for the challenges of the future. The limitation, first of all, is represented by the inclusion of only primary school students, allowing for the possibility in the future to conduct research that includes middle school or high school students to investigate the relationship between self-esteem and their digital skills or knowledge. Another limitation arises from the participation in the study being restricted to students from a single county in the country. This could represent a future research opportunity to include students from all counties to achieve national representativeness or maybe international. The third limitation is the analysis of the influence of only a single independent variable, in our case self-esteem, on the development or improvement of digital knowledge and skills. Future research could also examine the effects of different independent variables, as time spent online in a day, family structure, parents' education level, on the development of digital skills and knowledge. For the conclusions, this research introduces as a novel element the investigation of the relationship between digital knowledge and skills and the level of self-esteem, specifically in the context of primary education in the local setting. The innovative aspect lies in the fact that students in primary education are influenced by their self-image only in acquiring digital knowledge. Their skills in using digital technologies are not significantly determined by self-esteem, according to the results obtained from this study. We can explain this by the need for children to have support from all educational stakeholders so that they are prepared for the novelty brought about by the presence of digital tools in everyday life. Self-esteem acts as a driving force in the desire to accumulate as much information as possible about the digital environment as we observed from the collected data. Self-appreciation can serve as a stimulus for developing a considerable perceptual foundation at a young age. The complexity involved in the developing of digital skills necessitates considering a range of factors that underline these skills. Support from all educational stakeholders, perseverance, and digital maturity are some of the elements that join self-esteem in shaping generations of young people prepared to adequately meet the demands of the present and future. We hope that the results obtained will provide directions for practitioners to offer students learning experiences tailored to their needs. We also hope that these results will serve as a source of information for future studies. And the references. Thank you very much for your attention.